Hi everyone, I'm CaliKim. Welcome to my indoor garden today. Now it's that time of year, it's getting cold outside and it's time to grow some of our veggies indoors. Maybe you've never done this before and you want to start this year for the first time. That's why you clicked on this video. Maybe you've been doing it for a while, but you just want to get better at it. But there are 3 mistakes you do not want to make because these mistakes will make you want to quit and not garden indoors ever again. Mistake number 1 is starting too big. Now I get it, you're eager, you want to grow inside, but you don't have to grow the whole Garden of Eden inside your house. Starting with tricky plants, big containers, a huge setup is a recipe for disaster. It's going to leave you feeling overwhelmed, burnt out before you even get a single harvest. The solution? Just start simple with easy to grow smaller varieties of vegetables like lettuce, microgreens, herbs, and more compact varieties like Tiny Tim tomato. This tomato only grows to about 2 feet. You can grow it in a 5-gallon container right inside, and these little tips will help you get a harvest even during the wintertime. Another way to keep it simple when you're growing indoors is grow in small containers. Whatever you do, don't bring your big outdoor garden containers to your indoor garden. I mean, duh, but it really does make sense. You need at least a 1 to 5 gallon container, but no bigger. And these are my favorites, 1 gallon smart pots. I absolutely love these. Not only does the bright colors really just punch up your indoor garden, but they're breathable. They have great drainage so your plants can breathe and they easily help you manage your space. These keep things simple, budget friendly, and is totally manageable when you're first starting out. Black Friday's coming up and I'm having sales too. And you can get seeds to grow your indoor garden in my indoor garden seed collection. So you can grab these for a great price over at CaliKimGardenandHome.com. Mistake number 2 that will make you want to quit your indoor garden is not having adequate light. Now, the problem is when you don't have enough light, or when your plants are too far away from the light, they will stretch to get to the light, which will cause their stems to become weak and leggy. The plants won't be healthy, could even stop growing. And I've had a lot of gardeners tell me that this is why they've gotten frustrated and quit, because they don't know how to get the light right. There are a few indoor crops that are exceptions to this, and I'll share that with you in just a moment. The solution for this, I suggest my simple grow light setup right here. So easy. You're going to love how quick and simple this is to set up. All it is a clamp light that you can purchase from any hardware store, a special grow light bulb specifically designed for growing plants. Don't use a regular light bulb. And what I have here is the clamp light is attached to a PVC pole, which is actually stuck in a gallon container filled about halfway with sand to give it some stability here. And then the plants are no more than about 3 to 5 inches away from the light. Now what this does, it avoids the plant stems having to stretch and reach for the light. So you can see on my lettuce, they're nice, strong, stocky stems, a very healthy plant. And we've been harvesting on this for weeks, just enjoying our fresh lettuce inside. Now another thing that I highly suggest to make it easy for you is a timer. This is a game changer because if you're like me, I always forget to turn off and turn on my lights. So I've got my timer here, which my grow lights are plugged into, and they're on for 18 hours a day and off for 6 hours. If you're learning something in this video, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe. The clamp light is very easy to set up on your kitchen countertop or attached to a shelf if you don't have a cabinet. If you want to grow a few more than just one plant, you want to go with the shop light setup. And this I grabbed on Amazon. It has a special grow light bulb to it. I'll link to everything down below so you don't have to worry about it. And it has a little chain here with S hooks, and it's suspended between my gallon jug containers on either end and fits perfectly here on my cabinet. Let's just say that you don't want to do grow lights. This is the exception to the rule I was talking about earlier. You need to grow microgreens and sprouts. They can be grown right in your kitchen window or in your kitchen countertop, and you can get a harvest from them in about 7 to 10 days. And these are all in my microgreen sprouting seed collection. And look at these sprouts here. These are beautiful, nutrient-dense, tasty greens that you can be harvesting and eating right in your own indoor garden grocery store. And microgreens growing right on my kitchen countertop, and these grew without a grow light. These are a little bit leggy, but microgreens you harvest at just 3 to 5 inches tall, So it doesn't matter if they get leggy, you just snip them off and throw them in your soups, salads, and sandwiches. For more information on how to grow these, make sure you watch our video on November crops that you must plant. Now I showed you this in the November must plant video, but if you missed it, grab my free Microgreens in Minutes Quick Start Guide. The link is in the video description. It will show you exactly what to do to get your microgreen garden set up in minutes. Mistake number 3 is the biggest mistake that indoor gardeners make. Any guesses? That's right. Overwatering can literally kill your plants. You're either going to drown the roots or create an environment for mold and root rot and for indoor fungus gnats. And you definitely don't want to do that. The secret to avoiding this mistake is only water when your plants need it. And you're going to tell when they need it by the color of the soil. So take a look here at my chives. See how the soil is a nice dark brown color. I just watered this yesterday. So that dark brown color indicates water, and you don't want to water your plants when they look like this. Now, let's look at this basil plant. You can tell the difference in the color of the soil. It's a light brown color, which means there's no water content in this. And also the pot is really, really light in weight, which means that it's dry and it's time to water. Now you can also check the soil in your plants by sticking your finger in it. And if it feels damp and wet, no need to water. But on the basil plant, you can put your finger in. It's really, really dry, so it definitely needs some water. The best way to water your indoor plants is to water from the bottom. Pour your water in the bottom of the container. Let the plant soak the water up from the bottom. This will fully saturate your plant and help you avoid root rot, fungus gnats. It avoids splashing spores that might be in the soil. And it's just a much healthier way to water. Now, once your plant soaks up the water it needs and the soil turns to a nice dark brown color, if there's any extra in the bottom of the tray, you can pour it off and save it for another plant. Now, you may have to refill your small plant saucers a couple of times, or just use a deeper plant tray like this one I have here. Put a few inches of water in it, wait for the plant to soak it up. That way you're using your time efficiently and don't have to keep refilling your smaller plant saucers. And then just dump out the water once the plant has soaked it up. You also always want to use containers that have drainage. The drainage allows the excess water to drain out so the roots don't rot. That's another reason why I love the Smart Pots, is because the fabric is aerated and really helps get air to the roots and drain. Another thing you want to do is use a little skewer to help aerate the soil. This helps avoid compaction. So it's good just to get in here once a week. Just poke some holes in your containers. I'm just using a little skewer for this. You can even use a small fork. This just helps loosen up the soil, give a little aeration, keeps your soil from being too overly moist, because overly moist soil is what can help the fungus gnats breed in your soil. So it's just a quick, easy way to maintain your garden about once a week. Now that we know the 3 biggest mistakes to avoid, I'd really like to know which one stood out to you the most. Thanks for watching. See you next time in the garden.